I just saw the newest horror film, Smile. And the end credits of this play the most unsettling music I've ever heard in my life. Like, we were sitting there watching the end credits because there was a few names I wanted to read. It was giving me anxiety. It was inducing anxiety in me. So I had to get up and run out of the theater during the end credits because the music is just like, boom, 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 ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. It's just little sounds that are scientifically proven to terrify you and make you see parademons at night. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this video with my final flicking thoughts because I was sort of getting kicked out of the auditorium when I was shooting that reaction video, so I figured I'd wrap up my thoughts here because I have more to say about the movie. Now, the one thing I need to talk about that I didn't cover in that reaction part of this video was the sound design. Every 12 seconds throughout this movie, every time it cuts to any scene where it's someone just walking down a hallway, they open up a door, they eat a Subway. Yeah, anytime this movie cuts to anything, it gives you the most horrific over-the-top sound effect for a cheap jump scare. And it almost gets comical at some point. After like the 87th time, you're like, okay, what is it going to be next? And like I previously mentioned, this is a lot like The Ring meets It Follows, and it also borrows 87 other tropes horror films have been using for the last 25 years, except I would say the majority of those other films did it way, way better than this movie does. Tonally speaking, this movie's all over the place. It feels like a collage of 5 other horror films combined into this. And when the movie doesn't know what to do and it wants to keep the audience on the edge of their seat, it just transitions into another scene with the most abrasive, loud sound you could ever come up with. Or it's just some random, grotesque, horrific scene of someone's head falling off for no reason. And I liked that. I know it sounds dark and morbid, but to me, that was the most entertaining, unintentionally funny stuff throughout this film, and I wanted more of it.
You're going to die! You're going to die!
But on a positive note, with all that said, going into this, I thought it was going to be a complete big pile of shit, something along the lines of Truth or Dare, an instantly disposable, bad, dumb horror film that was sort of hard to get through and you will never, ever go back to rewatch it. And I'm going to give credit where credit's due before I give you a few more negatives about Smile. I will just say this film is rated R, and for that, I salute it. I give it 2 thumbs up. Thank you, because it's not a PG-13 watered-down movie made for teenagers who are just gonna come to the auditorium, text and talk on their phone, and be annoying as shit like they always are. So I'm glad it's sort of catering to the rated R demographic of people, and I like when movies push the limits. And at times, this pushes those limits, because if you wanna see people just cut their faces off, it hides nothing from you. And that's what I want to see. If a movie's rated R and it's a horror film, somebody better cut their face off, someone's head better fall off, and you get a lot of that throughout this film. Now turn those frowns upside down, because here are my final flicking thoughts on the film Smile. Yeah, I think if the screenplay of this film was handed off to more of an art house director, and you got rid of all the cheap jump scares and loud noises, it could have been a really interesting psychological thriller type horror film, but it never quite gets to that level. Like I said, it's an entertaining time around the Halloween season. Is this a great movie? No. Is it a decent, entertaining horror film that pushes those rated R limits at times? Yes. Is it a cinematic masterpiece? Not really. I think it's competently made. I think there's glimmers of a better movie in this. I think the concept behind this, the psychological breakdown of this character going utterly insane and seeing these things that she believes are there, but no one else believes her, from that standpoint, I thought that was really intriguing. When it comes to the characters in this film, you're not really going to care about anyone or anything, and technically speaking, from a screenplay standpoint, if the script doesn't make you care about any of the characters, if they live or die, well, it sort of failed to do its job. But in this movie, it's just like disposable entertainment. So yeah, Smile. It's a hokey, cheesy, schlock-fest movie that's mildly entertaining, and you'll forget about it instantly after watching it. But hey, it's Halloween time. If you got a couple friends and you want to laugh and eat some popcorn along the way, check it out. Very quickly before I go, if you missed my latest movie night video, that's right, movie nights have returned. Well, we sit down and watch Rob Zombie's The Munsters, which is the most terrifying, horrific film you'll ever see in your life. And here's my question for you, and let me know down below if you've seen Smile, what did you think about it? Or what is your favorite, most unintentionally funny horror film you've ever seen? Yeah, let me know that creepy shit down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. That way, I can see you next time.